and welcome to your favorite podcast of the Temple Shalom League, the video capsule recaps your Mets. That's it. That's what is left in terms of number of games for everyone in the league. 8 games. So everyone is just doing the math, see where they're gonna land. We the Mets finally were able to break a 7 losing streak. You remember last week I mentioned that we just ditched any AI help, and quite frankly, it worked out on game two because we broke that losing streak just using our brain power to the extent that a whole team went ahead and signed this lineup as a proof that yes, this lineup works. So be careful, National League, because the lineup that the Mets were looking for is over here and it's going to drive a lot of wins. As you noticed there, probably you didn't. Our honorary coach Sivas was actually one of the signatories, and he was a member of the team that went to the finals last year. So that's fully certified. And speaking about building that momentum, the Mets are going to go back to, facing the National League, a very long-awaited rematch against the Cubbies. And I will say the Braves are also looking for that rematch against us because that was a tough loss for them. So looking forward to go into that upcoming Sunday, the 27th. We will back into the fields facing the Cubs and the Braves. Speaking about the Cubs, and especially Matt Archie, I have what you've been waiting for, none other than the lost and found news star. So let me go ahead and play some drum rolls. I'll give you the results. In third place, with overwhelmingly 13% support of all of you, is the current lost and founds are the Mets shortstop Ben Nyan. Congratulations, Ben. You did a phenomenal job. People recognize that, but unfortunately, as an incumbent, you're not going to hold this marvelous spot in the league. Second place, with a 22% of your support, the Cops coach, Matt Archie. Matt, congratulations, Matt. Very good run. You were this close. Probably where you were missing to actually win this was to be interviewed in this podcast. So we'll make that happen from now to 2027. I'll guarantee you that's going to happen. Hey, the line is pretty long on people that want to be in the interview section. In the first place, the new lost and found start of the league. A survey that I must, or an election that I must say, it is certified by the commissioner with an overwhelming 52%. The guy that once said, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. The former Lawson sponsor, Tommy Aslian. Congratulations, Tommy. You're now officially the new Lawson sponsor. I want to say that I did enjoy that temporary role when actually I gave the glove to Dylan. I think he appreciated my good job into that, but I'm definitely stepping down and letting you, Tommy, to handle this as you will definitely do a phenomenal job. Great teammate to have here run this for the league. And speaking about teammates, I think it's just time to go into this week live interview in which I have a former teammate that I never remember that I played with. So leave me. The long-awaited interview with Brumledore, Matt Brumley. So let's get into that live interview right there.
All right, we're in week 9 of the interview section today. I have a long overdue person to be interviewed, the one and only Brumledore, Matt Brumley. Welcome, Matt.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Yep. So I like to do these interviews by asking the person that is sitting in the hot chair, what are the expectations on this season? So, Matt, tell us what are your expectations with the Braves this year?
Well, I think we got a pretty solid squad. We got a couple of rookies that are on the upswing. Well, one of them was on the upswing and then he got injured. So we have Mike Wildbrenner in right field who's playing well, a rookie. Right. And then we had Gage Stanley who was playing short. He got injured. So we have a permanent sub that's also a rookie, Dylan McKay, who's also very solid.
Yeah,
I think we got a good team.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, playing with rookies is always a double-edged sword. You know what you're going to get, right?
Yep.
So one thing that happened last year is that I actually mentioned him as my favorite player to be with that I have not played with, and for some reason I forgot because we actually played together. So I want to you with you, Matt, is to I know that you have been a captain, right? So I want to make sure that you actually go ahead and do a simulated draft, and you can pick anyone that you want not talking about necessarily a dream team, but rather your favorite teammate position by position to see how that looks
Oh
like.
my goodness,
So I'll try to help you out. I mean, definitely you can pick me if you want, but we'll see how it goes. So,
that's very difficult.
and by the way, you have to draft yourself, right? So whatever you find yourself playing, then you pick yourself. So, right, pitcher.
Well, you said I got to take myself, so
There you go.
I'll just pitch.
Told you,
Yep.
start easy,
Okay.
right? Catcher.
Oh man, this was tough. I got a lot of guys that I would really like to have on my team. Jerry Rogers is one of my favorite guys.
All right.
He's a good friend of mine, and he's a great 12.
That's a compliment, maybe.
Absolutely,
Yep.
it is. It is.
First base.
I'll take you, Leo.
There you go.
I'll make you
influencing
happy.
here, right? Second base.
Ooh, that is tough. I enjoyed playing with Zach Edgerton. He was my captain last spring, and I had a good time with him. So I'll put him at second base.
Sure. Good. Shortstop.
Do they have to currently be in the league?
Not necessarily.
Okay, I'll take Ryan Alford.
Yep. I mean, that's
He's
an
one
old
of
Albert
my
Pujols.
favorite teammates of all time.
Same here. Yep. Third base.
Ooh,
You already picked yourself a pitcher, right?
I did, yeah. I've never played on a Shalom team with Brian Babbitt, so I'd like to do that.
Right.
We played baseball together growing up, and I haven't played on a softball team in Shalom.
Cool. Well, you're making a hell of a team, I'll tell you. Even draftable, I will say. I mean, you're not necessarily picking all ones.
We would have a good time.
Left field.
Left field. I will take. I did trade Clint Hathcock away when I drafted him a couple years ago. I'll put him out there.
All right.
I'll keep him on my team this
All
time.
right. Payback time, right?
Yeah.
Left center field.
Ooh, that is the toughest one there is.
I know.
I played with some really good ones. I mean, Chris Cesario is a really good buddy of mine. We played on the same team several times. Tim Abracamiento, tough to pass up. It would be a struggle deciding between those two.
Well, you can put one in left center and one right center,
That's
right?
true. I'll take them both.
And then we'll go to the right field now.
Right field. Ooh. Oh, man. Asher Feltman is a good buddy of mine. We played together a couple times, and he was pretty solid in right field.
All right, cool. I mean, like I told you, I think that's. I mean, we'll have to trade probably a couple of number one just to get a Brumledore Cesario, but it seems like a doable team, I'll say.
Yeah, I mean that's tough. There are so many guys in this league that I enjoy playing with, and are a good buddies and good softball players. So those are just the first guys that came to mind.
Sure. Good. Also, now another thing that I like to do is basically go into a speed round or lightning round. So you just go ahead, pick one or the other.
Okay.
I try to do my research. Let's see how that goes.
All right.
First one, Maddox or Glavine?
Maddox.
All right. Salada or barbecue joint?
Salada. I didn't even need to hear the other
You
choice.
see, I'm doing my research here, right? Fall season or spring season?
Oh man, I've enjoyed both. I have more fall championships than I do spring championships, so I'll say fall.
Fall. Yeah.
Although both are great.
High scoring game or low scoring games?
Low scoring games.
All right. Taking everything aside, would you like to be more pitcher or third baseman? What do you enjoy the most?
I enjoy both. I mean, I enjoy being part of every pitch when I'm pitching, and third base was really fun for a while. And I'm trying to get my shoulder back to where it needs to be. But I'll say pitcher because I'm enjoying it right now.
Plus, you drafted yourself there, right?
Sure,
On the
yeah,
dream team,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I got Babbitt at third base already.
Yeah, right. Well, any final words? I mean, we have 45 subscribers. I keep saying that so we actually get more subscribers and nobody's clicking the bell button. But nonetheless, any words that you want to give to the league?
Oh, I don't think so. Not right now. I mean, it's been fun. I mean, I've been in the league. I think this is year 11, so it's always fun, man. I come out here. I always look forward to Sunday mornings, seeing all the guys and playing softball. I mean, it's one of my favorite hobbies, obviously. So just seeing everybody, playing softball, chatting it up, having a beer after the games. It's a good time always.
Yeah, one of the best leagues that I play.
Absolutely.
Yep. Well, thank you all for joining. Thank you, Matt, for
Yes, sir.
patiently waiting for this interview to happen. And I'll see you next time.
It was fun.
So long.
Long-awaited interview, but worldwide, definitely. Thank you, Brumledore, for taking the time to interview with me, and also I cannot wait to see you trying to draft that phenomenal team. It will be pretty fun to see it and be part of it. But it's time for the games recap, a section brought to you by Stites and Shine Car Detailing. Stites and Shine Car Detailing. They clean up your car as the Med clean up against the A's. So the Mets couldn't score just one run against the Jays. I'll take the full blame because I told the team we gotta score a run, and such they did. First inning, and that was it. But after that, we regroup ourselves, leverage on the lineup that I show you, and boy oh boy, we could hit left and right. Everyone was a big contributor to that 13-5 win against the A's, taking us out from that 7 losing streak. And we can definitely gonna start rolling from now on. The Mets superstar, the one that doesn't miss a spot, as the Stites and Shine will miss a spot on your car, are no other than Matt Schwarzy. He went 2 for 4 with a couple of hits, a couple of walks, and an RBI. Alfredo Sordi, 3 for 5 with 3 runs, 2 hits, an inside the park home run, and 2 RBIs, including a walk. Ben Nyan, who's gonna now start focusing on his full-time shortstop position, led away the lost and found duties. Went 3 for 5 with a couple of runs, a couple of hits, a double, and 3 RBIs. And Alicia Schwartz, who went 2 for 5 with a run, 2 clutch hits, and 1 RBI. I know what you're waiting for. Your favorite section is coming next, so let's jump into Mateo's room into the fan voice. See you there. It's Cowboys, Rangers, and Mets, along with Larry McQueen. You know where I'm at. Your favorite section, the fan voice, the section in which your voices crack through like a rock baseball into a living room. Speaking about unexpected breaks, this segment is brought to you by Residential Glasses by Miguel Linares El Macho. They cannot fit your hot takes, but definitely they can fix your windows. Today, we're going to have 2 questions. First one comes from New York City Cup owner Steve. Okay, it's getting famous now. He asked, Leo, I realized or heard about that you're coaching kids or T-ball kids, including Mateo, along with the Mets. What do you find it more difficult to teach or to coach? Heavy one. I want to say that probably the T-ball guys listen more to me than my Sunday team. Nonetheless, discipline is definitely the biggest challenge on both teams. But I'm going to stick with my Sunday team because the fact that at least everyone knows which position they are as opposed to the T-balls, which everyone is running through a ball, definitely makes it more difficult. So for now, I'm going to stick with Shalom, but in a couple of years, I might change my answer, Steve. The next question comes from Indian. He asks, Leo, Passover is around the corner. What is your favorite moment when you were a kid celebrating Passover? So probably you know, I'm not a Jewish. I'm a Catholic, and I was raised in a 95% give or take country with Catholic as a major population. So I never had any opportunity to celebrate Passover, or for that matter, to be exposed to the Jewish community or culture. But what I want to say though is that since I joined this league, I just love this culture, the way that you actually embrace newcomers, and quite frankly, although I don't have any memories can relate to, all the memories that I have been able to build with this phenomenal community represented on the Shalom League will definitely stick with me for years to come, right? So that to me is the biggest or closest memory. That being said, I'm always open for any Passover pastry if you want to bring some, right? Always loving any sweet treat. So with that, we're coming to an end, guys. Going back against the National League, Braves and Cubs. Two very interesting rematches for different reasons, how close those games were. And with the Mets, we're trying to get our first sweep of the season. I know that we're promising this for a long time, but this one, I feel that with a certified lineup, we're going to be very close. And remember, you want to have the time of your life, say it with me, bring your kiddos, bring your wife. Mets guarantee you a fun time. So,